If you've ever struggled with declining yields, soil that seems tired season after season, or stubborn pests that never go away, the secret you've been missing might be hiding in the age-old practice of crop rotation. Long before chemical fertilizers and modern agricultural technology, farmers relied on careful planning of what to plant and where, year after year, to maintain soil fertility and productivity. Crop rotation is not just a technique. It's a holistic approach to soil health, biodiversity, and sustainable farming. Understanding its principles and applying them correctly can transform your garden or farm, keeping your soil rich, your plants vigorous, and your harvests abundant. Why rotating crops is more than a gardening ritual. Soil is alive. Beneath the surface, billions of microorganisms, fungi and bacteria interact with plant roots, breaking down nutrients, suppressing pathogens and maintaining structure. When the same crop is planted repeatedly in the same spot, it disrupts this delicate balance. Certain plants consume specific nutrients more aggressively, leaving the soil depleted of nitrogen, phosphorus or potassium. Others may foster particular pests or diseases that accumulate over time, making each successive planting weaker and more vulnerable. Crop rotation addresses these problems by diversifying what grows in each plot year after year. By alternating crops with different nutrient needs, families of plants and root structures, farmers encourage a natural balance in the soil. Legumes, for example, fix nitrogen in the soil, enriching it for future crops, while deep-rooted plants pull minerals from deeper layers, bringing nutrients closer to the surface. Rotation isn't just about avoiding monotony, it's about creating a living, resilient ecosystem beneath your feet. How to design a crop rotation plan that works for your soil. Designing a rotation plan starts with understanding your crops and the needs of your soil. Broadly, crops can be divided into categories: leafy greens, fruiting vegetables, root crops, legumes, and cover crops. Each has different nutrient demands and pest associations. Well, a simple 3-year rotation might start with nitrogen-fixing legumes such as peas or beans, then move on to heavy feeders like tomatoes or corn, and finally wrap up with root crops like carrots or beets. These root crops benefit from the leftover nutrients and at the same time help loosen up compacted soil. Planning also involves, observing your land. Soil tests can reveal deficiencies or imbalances, guiding which crops should follow one another. And pay attention to microclimates and moisture patterns. Some crops really thrive in well-drained areas, while others are better suited to heavier soils. Mapping your fields and creating a rotation calendar, well, that ensures each plot receives a strategic sequence of crops. This approach helps prevent nutrient depletion and at the same time disrupts pest cycles quite effectively. Legumes really are the unsung heroes of crop rotation. They play a central role in any rotation system because of their rather unique ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen, thanks to those root nodules that house beneficial bacteria. This process, it naturally fertilizes the soil, and that means there's less need for synthetic inputs. After a legume crop, the plants that follow, often nitrogen-hungry sorts like corn or leafy greens, really benefit from this enriched environment. Incorporating legumes into a rotation plan does more than just improve fertility, you know. It also encourages soil microbial activity, which helps strengthen soil structure and boosts resilience against erosion. Practically speaking, you can interplant legumes with cover crops or, dedicate a plot to beans or peas for a season, and then follow them with crops that require high nitrogen. The visual difference is often striking, really. Soil after legumes tends to be darker, crumbly, and much easier to work, which reflects the health that rotation brings. Now, how does rotation help control pests and diseases naturally? Well, crop rotation is a silent guardian against pests and pathogens. Many insects, fungi and nematodes target specific plant families, you see. When a host plant is present season after season, their populations can just explode. By moving crops around, you interrupt these cycles, starving pests of their preferred food source and reducing disease buildup in the soil. For example, rotating tomatoes, which are a nightshade, with beans, which are a legume, and then carrots, a root crop, ensures that common soil-borne pathogens like fusarium or nematodes really struggle to survive. You can actually enhance this effect by integrating cover crops that either repel pests or attract beneficial insects, making your rotation system an interconnected strategy for plant health, rather than just a series of random planting choices. How can modern gardeners apply these lessons in small and large plots? Well, whether you are tending a backyard garden or managing several acres, crop rotation principles are, quite flexible. Start by dividing your space into plots and assigning plant families to each section on a multi-year plan. Even small rotations of 3 to 4 plots can, honestly, yield dramatic improvements in soil fertility and pest management. Observe the results, keep notes, and adjust the sequence based on crop performance and soil condition. Right. So, cover crops can be incorporated during off-seasons to protect soil, add organic matter, and continue nutrient cycling. Simple steps like rotating your leafy greens to a new bed each year, planting legumes before heavy feeders, and mixing in deep-rooted crops will keep your soil from tiring, boost microbial diversity, and increase resilience against unpredictable weather or pest outbreaks. So, why is understanding crop rotation a lifelong investment in your land? Well, crop rotation is not just a one-season fix. It's really a commitment to nurturing the life below the surface. By adopting this approach, you're creating soil that's fertile, balanced, and, self-sustaining. You end up reducing your dependency on chemical fertilizers, naturally disrupt those pesky pest cycles, and build an ecosystem that just thrives year after year. Historical farms thrived for generations because they understood this principle. And honestly, modern gardeners can achieve similar results by observing the same laws of nature. By integrating these rotation strategies, you not only improve yields, but also connect deeply with the rhythms of the land, gaining insight into the interplay between plants, soil, and the environment. The rewards, well, they're tangible. Richer soil, healthier plants, and a garden that sustains itself more effectively over time. If you found this guide on crop rotation insightful, make sure to subscribe and share this video with fellow gardeners and history enthusiasts. By preserving these timeless techniques and applying them thoughtfully, you not only honour the wisdom of past farmers, but also ensure your own soil stays productive and resilient for years to come.